Okay, I think we're ready to roll. We're recording, hopefully. We're going to get everyone admitted in and we'll see how this goes. Yay! Sorry for a little bit of the technical difficulties, ladies. I am doing this with my laptop, and I typically don't do that. I'm usually just like a mobile phone, like iPhone girl on the go. And I am hooking it up to the laptop today. So it took me just a little bit to get things rolling. Everything looks a little bit different. Hello, hello. How are you all? This is going to be so neat because I can see all of you all. Usually when we do like a Facebook Live, I can just see your comments. So I'm so excited. So let me see if I can get my view up here so that I can see like everybody, like Brady Bunch style on my screen. Here we go. Hello, Miss Carrie. Hello, Beth. We have Kimberly, Alexandra. You all, can you hear me? Let me know if you can. Beth says she can't hear. Okay, good. Good. Carrie says yes, thumbs up. Okay. Okay, Beth says she's got it. Okay, good. Good. All right, I know we have 6 in here, it looks like, or more than that. Okay, I have more to admit in. We're getting the hang of this. We're going to have several in here, and I know there are many more that will be watching it on the replay, on the recording later. They said that they weren't going to be able to attend with us during the live, so they will be here for the recording, the replay. You all come on in, and let's see here. We have one more, Mary. This is neat because some of you I can see your faces with your names. So let me welcome you all as you're coming on in. I think I have everyone that was waiting to join in. So hopefully that will help. If you want to show your face, that's great. If not, that's fine too. But I would love to see you, even if it's for just a second. Listen, we keep it real around here. Nothing's perfect behind the scenes, believe me. Nothing is perfect.
Oh, this is not perfect.
Kids running in and out eventually during this live. We just keep it real. Everything goes on here at our house. So you all feel free, just wherever you are is totally okay. It's judgment-free zone here. Trust me here. Okay, so welcome to this afternoon's Zoom session. I thought it would be just a neat little meet and greet because some of you I know your faces with your names, and some of you I've never met before, that I've just met because you've reached out to me. And so either way, you're here. I'm so excited and honored, first of all, that you're interested, excited that things are growing and getting so exciting around here behind the scenes. And so if you have questions, please put them in the chat section, or raise your hand. Let me know that you have a question. I want to make sure that first and foremost that your questions are answered today. And I'm just
not yet, but very, very close.
Up front because I get so excited. I get to talking so fast. And then sometimes my brain gets way ahead of my mouth and I forget that you all just don't already know these things. So sometimes if I'm trying to explain something that doesn't make sense, stop me where I'm at, ask questions, because if you have a question, more than likely someone else will have the same question. Okay. And this will also help for those that are watching on the replay as well to get some questions answered. So you're all here because you've expressed that you're interested or just want to know more about the Craft Round the Clock group, the hosting club, and then new and foremost is the Craft Round the Clock TV, right? So that's when we had an explosion of interest shown, and things are getting really busy really quick around here. So we're launching next week on January 30th. Why do I keep saying January? Just smack me. It's June. I say January all the time. I think it's because I have to spit out my daughter's birthday all the time. January. And I think it's just like ingrained in my brain. Anyway, June 30th, next week, we're launching the Craft on the Clock TV app on Roku and Amazon Fire. And we currently have 80 host members in our hosting club, which is all of these components work together. And you will hear me using these terms frequently, but it all began with the Craft Round the Clock group on Facebook. And it was just a group, and there's a whole backstory behind it, and I won't waste your time and fill you in on all of that. You can catch up on that back behind the scenes story, hopefully sometime in the future. But it was created at the last day of November last year. I created it, let it sit for a little bit. It was something that came to me in a spur of the moment thing. Created it, and then it really didn't become an active group until the beginning of the year, January. We hosted a marathon event in there called Craft 30 Live. It was a huge hit. It took off, and just we've never looked back. The momentum just took off, and we're like, we've really got something going here. And with that, eventually, the end of February, a new component of Craft on the Clock was born, and that was the Craft 30 Hosting Club. And that is just a group of creatives, artists, stylists, all of us that love creating and have a business on Facebook or social media, YouTube, Instagram, anything like that. This was a membership that was born to help grow their businesses. So that what they do is the hosting club has exclusive use of the Craft Around the Clock group. The group belongs to these 80 host members to use to help grow their business. It's a second audience. So we know that growing Facebook business pages is pretty challenging. It can be slow. And even now, it's more challenging than it was a year or 2 years ago when it first started and hit the scenes of Facebook. So growing groups right now is extremely, I don't want to say convenient, but it's much more user-friendly and faster to grow a Facebook group right now. And so we wanted to grow this group to have an audience of members for these hosts to use. And we started it as the Hostess Club. But as we've evolved, we've welcomed in some gentlemen as well. So it's no longer just the Hostess Club, it's the Hosting Club. So we have grown. January 1st, I believe we were setting the group, the Craft on the Clock group was setting at just right around 300 members. Okay, we hadn't done any promoting. We hadn't hosted any events yet or anything like that. And okay, we have some that are waiting to get in. Let me make sure that we allow everyone in. So since January to today, we're looking at 6 months' time. We are sitting at 11.6 thousand members. So we have grown almost, let's just say 11. We'll round down just a teeny bit. 11,000 members in 6 months in that group. And it's not slowing down. It's continuing to grow. It's catching on. Our group members are learning how to use the group. They have just really reached out and expressed how much they are enjoying it and how well it works for them. So we have just continued to go with it, grow with it. The hosting club, the ladies and gentlemen that are in that group, some of you may even know them, and that may be how you have reached us here today, because some of you may know some of them. And I think everyone will tell you that it's been a pleasant experience all the way around. We started this, I was a ball of nerves in February. I just had this idea that just popped in my head. And after a series of events, and I thought, I'm going to give this a go. I was a nervous wreck, had no idea what was going on, what we were doing. One thing led to another, and here we are getting ready to launch a TV app, a streaming TV app next week. So we may not always know exactly what we're doing around here, but I will tell you, we are some go-getters, and we're not going to let anybody tell us no. And we know how things have been a little wonky and crazy in Facebook land, and that's really kind of what led to this whole adventure. And we're not going to let Facebook limit us. We're not going to let Facebook be our definition of where we stand as a business, online business. If we sell our products online, if we have an online shop on Etsy, or there's multiple ways that us as creatives and crafters have businesses to make money and income revenue on, online. And so whether that's blogging or a Facebook page, whether it's a Shopify store, an Etsy shop, there's tons of things. And so we knew we needed to expand and grow our audience even more and put this out there to a whole new audience of watchers, of eyes that Facebook is not allowing us to reach. So we are hoping to be the trailblazers in this adventure on with the new channel. There are a few crafting channels, streaming channels available, but they aren't quite exactly what we're hoping to achieve. And so we feel like we truly have our own niche with this. And so we're super excited. And oh, someone's waiting. Let me see here. Oh, I just hit a wrong button. Here we go. Hello, Kristen. I'm so sorry. I think I have everyone on here now. So back to where I was, I've already forgotten. I get sidetracked so easy these days. So we're getting ready to launch with a pilot group of around 25 hosts that have been pre-recording project videos behind the scenes during the last couple of weeks. We have approximately 25 more waiting in pilot group number 2, getting ready to join them. And so we've been rolling this out in segments, and we've been working behind the scenes getting content ready to upload to the channel. So this is a whole new endeavor. We've got plans for even expanding beyond this. But all of this, I say, because these 80 ladies and gentlemen that have been in this hosting club group have truly enjoyed themselves. They've learned so many new things, and it's just an extra tool that you can add to your toolbox as a business owner, as an online creative. Okay. And they will also admit that we push ourselves out of the limits. We can't explain enough that how many of us have become so comfortable with just doing Facebook Lives. Well, Facebook Lives just aren't getting the reach that they used to. And it's limiting us. And so that's why we're pushing out. We've had to learn lots of new technology over the last couple of weeks. And believe me, we've been shedding some tears. We've been venting. We've been a little frustrated, to say the least. But we also know that with doing that kind of thing, you have to push the limits to experience growth. And so that's what we're doing. And so we have a very special and very unique and amazing collection of individuals that are in this membership right now. And so we've all kind of agreed, and we've all had a, sort of like a little powwow over this whole topic and idea that, we realize what we have right now is super special. And all of you are super special in your own ways as well. We open the invitation for anyone who wants to join us to join us. But with that said, we also have to be very selective in who we allow in. So this group is not for someone who is just starting out. I will put that out there, very early, because it is something that you do have to know what you're doing, in a sense of you already have to have a page established. You have to know a lot of the behind the scenes sort of like technical stuff. Don't have to be a technological genius or technological whiz, but you do have to kind of know how to navigate on a laptop and record videos and use like Google Drive. And if you don't know, you can learn. But if you're brand new to this, I would be very cautious to do this, because you might feel overwhelmed in the beginning. We are helping each other as much as we can, and things are very busy. So you have to be sort of like a self-starter, a go-getter, a figure-outer type individual. And most of you, if you already have a Facebook page, you probably already are one of those types of individuals. But it does take some learning and getting used to how our system works. So there are so many components that work together. So we have the Craft on the Clock group. We have the hosting club, which those two work in conjunction with each other. And then we've added this new little realm to the web, the Craft on the Clock TV. And so all three of these components work in conjunction together. And you can use all components, or you can pick and choose which components work for you. So you can use all of it, or you can use little bits and pieces. We have ladies who have joined us and they said, okay, I work full-time. I'm a full-time mom. I have kids that I'm running, around for extracurricular activities. I just don't have the time to devote to it. And that is totally understandable. But if you want to join the hosting club group just to be able to share your content into the Craft on the Clock group, that's totally okay. You never have to do anything else. You can just use that group to share your lives into, to share your videos, your photos, your project photos. You can just use that group in that sense. Okay. That's probably like the most basic way you can use this membership. The next level would be that you could use it in that way. But in addition, you can add in becoming the Craft 30 host for a segment or two during each week. So as you do that, you have a live audience. You are on a programming schedule, which is pushed out to our Telegram subscribers, which is pushed out in a daily schedule in our membership group or in the Craft on the Clock group. And so people are looking for you during your designated time segment, and they get to know you because you're interacting with them on a live one-on-one basis, on a weekly basis. And so they kind of learn and follow you easier when you're already presented in that group in a live format. Okay, so you can use them with those two components. The next component added to this is now the Craft on the Clock TV option, which not everyone that's in the hosting club group right now is rolling into this all at once, because this is so new. We're rolling it out in segments of hosts. Okay, so like I said earlier, we have 25 that are working on their content right now. In a week or 2 weeks, we have the next set of 25 rolling in, and then eventually we'll be able to roll in everyone. No, we probably won't even be rolling them in groups of 25. We could roll the rest of them all in at one time after we get our system, figured out and nailed down and all the glitches worked out. So everyone that is available, that wants to, that knows how, and has all of the good components as far as lighting and good sound and good camera presence, will all have the opportunity to be presented and seen on the TV channel app. Okay, so and we share and show you how to do all of those things in the hosting club group. We have done live sessions on proper lighting, what kind of equipment that we use. I give you links if you're wanting to purchase a specific set. We show you what sets we use. You are there to ask questions in the hosting club. You can ask advice or tips from other members, from other hosts that may have experienced some of the same thing. You can ask that. Anything that you're working on or having problems with, they're all in the group and we all help each other. So there's so many components that are tied in together. So you can really pick and choose how busy you want to be with it, or as stress-free as you want to be with it. But there are so many of us that have different amounts of time and availability. So it can be as much as you want to make out of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the membership fee, it returns every month. You can cancel at any time. But I can't promise you that the price will not go up eventually, because as we keep expanding, we have overhead that's going out, because now we are looking at buying storage for all of our video content, and we'll eventually have some software developers helping us further develop our streaming services and things like that. We'll even be looking at maybe possibly joining Apple TV in some point in the future. So we really don't know where this is all going to lead, but we are on a major plane ride, and it is not slowing down anytime soon. We just keep soaring, and we really don't set our limits on anything. If I said like in February that if somebody told me that we were going to be doing this right now in June, I would have been like, you're crazy. So it's just amazing what can happen when you gather, amazing group of of like-minded individuals like what we have together. We support each other, we encourage each other. We're just I don't know how else to explain it other than we're just amazing friends, virtual friends. Some of us know each other better than others. Some of us know each other personally on a personal basis. But we really just truly have an amazing friendship there in that group that is so hard to find. And I don't want to say that we're paying for friends, because believe me, even if we're not, if you choose not to be in the hosting club group at some point, you're still one of us. And but you have so many amazing opportunities to make use of this this group and this channel that's coming out to help grow your business, that it's just, the sky's the limit. Honestly, you can use the group as much as you want. It continues to grow. Like I said, we have grown 11,000 members in 6 months. And it has not slowed down at all. We host monthly marathons, although we've kind of taken a little back seat to that as we've been developing the streaming channel. But we host events, we host weekly themed things just in the hosting club group as well, that help continue to bring in interest in our group. It helps bring in new eyes constantly. And we still are so amazed with how many people who tell us, I'm just now discovering your group. Where have you been all this time? And we have tons of people that are so excited about the TV app that they're like, thank goodness, I don't have to be watching it on my phone all the time or on my little iPad all the time. So they are super excited about the channel. And I've been doing some research over the last few months about streaming TV, and it really is in the forefront of like where TV is going. At one time the hot topic was cable, and then it was satellite, and all of these things. It's just continued to develop. The new thing is streaming TV, like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus. All of those things are like what we choose to typically watch when we're sitting in front of the TV. No longer do we've kind of all ditched the cable and the satellite because they charge crazy amounts of, monthly fees that, and they're not worth it. So right now, the Craft Round the Clock TV app is available on Roku. You can download the app. However, there's no video content on there right now. And let me just mention real quick while I'm thinking about it. It's not Craft a Round, it's Craft Round. That word starts with an O, Craft Round the Clock. So you have to search for it that way to find it in the Roku streaming channels section. But you can download it. Already have it on your Roku and available. We are just like a day or two away from having our approval from Amazon. So we've submitted that. They came back with a few little revisions that we need to make. And so we've taken care of that, resubmitted it. And so, yes, there's that Roku app, Miss Kristen, or remote. And so we will be on there too. However, we're not like extremely pushing it. Amazon Fire does seem to be like the least common between the two, the least popular choice of the two. But Roku by far has been definitely the one that's been showing more interest. And actually on our end of things, it's been more user-friendly as well. But so let's see. I think I may be missing some questions, and I've got to find where the chat is. But you can download that app and have it available. We will have new content available in that streaming channel every week. We're not sure exactly how many videos per week, but there will be new content added to there, and it's separate content. It's going to be exclusive to that streaming channel. It's if you're watching Craft on the Clock in the group, it's Facebook Lives and project photos and things like that. It's typical Facebook stuff, right? Well, the TV channel is going to be set up differently. It's going to be more like something what you used to see or remember seeing on HGTV before they went to all like home stuff. Before they used to have, crafting shows and things like that. And there's been a huge interest in wanting that type of show back and available. We've been scouring Facebook in a lot of the crafting community groups on Facebook. And it's overall, it's definitely, there's a demand for it. People are excited. People are interested. They've been dying to have it. I mean, it is a, there are crafting channels, shows available on YouTube as well. But it's different. I can't explain it. It's still a little bit some sort of disconnect, or sometimes it doesn't seem as polished on YouTube. And so I think there's still something that has been missing in the crafting world of things that we are really truly hoping to deliver with our channel. And I've been working on editing some of those videos this week, and I can't tell you, every time I get one finished, I'm like a little schoolgirl that's all giddy again. And I can't think, oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. So, so I will probably release a little teaser video in the next few days so we'll kind of give some ideas to what type of shows that are going to be available on the channel app. But we're so excited. We've been giving away some Rokus in the Craft on the Clock group. We have several more to give away, and then we're going to be giving a grand prize. Excuse me. Have a drink. We're going to be giving away an actual smart TV with a Roku installed already. So that's the grand prize. We haven't even let that cat out of the bag yet. But we're going to be announcing that probably, I'm thinking probably on Monday, we'll be announcing that in the group. So that will be our, our last big push of excitement and really getting people ready for the channel to launch next week. So you all let me know what your questions are, because I know I flew through that like a maniac. And I know I have forgotten things. Will each page on the channel have their own time? Great question, Kim. On a streaming channel app, like when you go to Netflix, maybe I'm using that as an example because I feel like that might be something most of us are familiar with. When you go to Netflix, you just have an array of shows or movies that you can select from. You can, click on it and it pulls up on your screen, right? Well, that's going to be the way it is with our channel app. We will have, available, collection of shows available. They will be numbered by episode numbers. So that they're easily trackable on who's watched what, they can remember where they are in the process of watching shows. But you just click on it and you watch it. It's not a live stream per se, like a live on Facebook, but you are streaming it on your TV. And that just means that you have to have internet availability, of course, to stream that. But we will potentially at some point later on down the line have plans to have actual live episodes occasionally, but that will not be the basis of our channel app. That we'll rely more on our live videos for the group, and that's how we will kind of keep those two components differentiated. Oh, that's a tough word, from each other, and how they will remain special and unique in their own entities. Okay. What is the monthly membership fee and where do we go to join? The monthly membership fee is $29 right now. And like I said, if you hop in now, that price will never change for you. So you don't have to worry about anything changing in the future. As we continue to grow and have more, needs as far as software developing and things like that for the app, which will be inevitable. We will have to eventually get to that point. I do foresee the fee, the membership fee going up slightly. However, I always strive to keep it reasonable, because like I've told all of our members before, that this is not to replace a coaching group. It really is just an added tool, an added bonus to help you with what you already know from some of your coaching groups. Okay. Where did the chat go? Okay. Let me scroll back up to the top here and see if I can see the questions. Yay. Okay. I'm just now seeing some of these comments. This is amazing. Someone put, okay, never mind. That was old. I answered Carrie's question about the membership fee. Where do you go to join? So after we sign off of this live, Zoom call, I will be sending you a link in the group message chat. Okay. It will have a link to the page on my website that you can go and check out securely. Sorry, I had a notification that popped up on my screen. And you can confirm it all through there. You can pay with your own debit card or Visa, MasterCard, whatever, or you can check out with your PayPal account. Okay. Even if you do not have a PayPal account, PayPal will still process your payment without actually having to have an account. Okay. And it will still set it up on automatic monthly recurring payments. Okay. The application process. Yes. Thank you so much. That was another big thing that we needed to talk about. So we have to be careful with who we let in, because like I said, as you all can probably imagine, we have tons of people wanting to be a part of it. And we want to allow everyone that possibly can to be a part of it. But we have to be careful, because we have to protect the integrity of what we have created here. We have to protect the integrity of our channel. We have to protect everything and everyone that's already currently involved. Okay. They have joined in with an idea and, becoming a part of what we have created, that with one bad decision, things could go south really quick, right? So that's why we have elected to this month start what we're calling the application process. Does not mean that we will be excluding everyone that applies. No, it doesn't mean that if you have a small page that you will be denied. No, it's just a little safety net there for us. Okay. And hopefully that you all kind of understand that it's just there to protect what we have right now. So like if we have someone that just does not have the same beliefs or same, I'm not even going in religious beliefs here, but I'm just saying, like, if they're way far out of our niche of audience that we are trying to reach, then they just may not be the right fit for us, right? We all kind of know what we kind of look for. And we do encourage diversity. We do want different styles. We do want different personalities. We want all of that. We want diversity with our collection of hosts that we have here. But we just have to be careful and be very selective, because we know what our audience that we have right now, we know what they're looking for. And so that's why the application process will also help us determine that, as well as selecting the right candidates for, this membership, this club. Okay. So you will go on. I will also send you the link to that in just a moment. I will probably just send you that first, to be honest, because the application process will actually give you a description, and it's just a short little Google Doc application, sort of like if you've been in any of my monthly marathons. If you've applied for those, it's a document that's very similar to that. It's sort of like a very, very, very informal job application, sort of. And that's even like too big of a word, because it's really not that technical. It just asks for your name, your Facebook page name, your business page link. I can't even remember. There's only maybe 10 questions max. And some of them are just like multiple choice. Okay. Nothing technical. The one thing I do want you to include on there, though, is definitely your Facebook business page link, where I can find you so I can get to know you. Getting to know each one of you is my ultimate goal in all of this, because we build relationships. That's one of the biggest components of this is getting to know each other, helping each other, becoming friends, and truly getting to know each other. And I think that's one of the things that makes this, this club so special. We've laughed together. We've cried together. Last week we were all almost in tears. I was mowing the yard. This is a side note. I was mowing the yard last week and suddenly felt the urge, it's like my moments of where I have just these deep thoughts of when I'm mowing the yard, of all places. But anyway, I can still be productive, but have my own me time. And then suddenly I get overwhelmed with thoughts. But I had to, stop. And I was like, I just have to reach out to my friends. I just have to talk to my hostess club girls and guys, because what I'm feeling right now. And so anyway, we had a little group powwow several days ago, and they were all like, we were all feeling the same way. Like, it must just be like everything that's going on, we're just letting our emotions get the best of us. We're getting so excited. It's sort of like butterflies, the jitters, the first day of school. Like, you can be so excited, so nervous, and so like all things like bundled up together at one time, that that's all kind of what we've been feeling this week. But we really just give a shoulder for each other to cry on as well. So but I will be sending the application link to you all, and when that application is received, I will go through the applicants and look and see who's a great fit for us then and there. We have not set a predetermined number of new applicants that we will be taking in, but we're just open. The doors are not fully open, but we are welcoming in new people. So what will happen is, when you turn in your application, we will go through them, and we will notify you via Facebook Messenger. We use pretty much Facebook Messenger for all of our correspondence between members. But other than that, we use the Facebook group, the Hosting Club group page that we use. But for immediate conversation, we use Messenger. And so I would contact you via Messenger and say, congratulations, we would love to have you as a part of our group. And if you feel that this is a good fit for you, if you're still interested, or and you want to join us, please let us know. And we have that window open for 48 hours from the time that you receive that notification that we've selected you and asked, invited you in. You have 48 hours to let us know, because everything is super time sensitive these days. And so we may be looking for someone to fill a void somewhere, or fill something specific somewhere within the group. So time sensitivity is of utmost importance. So once you receive that notification, you have 48 hours just to respond back and just say, yes, I'm totally in for it. Let me know what I need to do next. And once you do that, we'll send you the link to make sure that you confirm your membership, and then we'll get you in and get you rolling. But if you're not notified right away, please don't be disheartened. Please don't take anything personal, because like I said, we will be taking in a few at a time. So your application will remain on file, will remain active for as long as you wish for it to be. If you want to remove your application, or if you want to deactivate your interest, just reach out and let me know. We'll delete your application, and then that will be all she wrote. But once you apply, your application is there in our list indefinitely. So we will no longer be opening the doors every single month. We will just be periodically reaching out to those that apply, and those that show interest by entering their application. So that's how we are going to be revising our application process for the Hosting Club. So let's see what other questions I have maybe missed over here. What does the membership fee cover and offer? Okay, I think I've already touched on that. As far as the membership fee, it's a one-time fee every month. It reoccurs. It never changes. It stays the same. Whatever your membership month is when you first join us is what it will continue to be into the future. It includes complete access and use of the Craft on the Clock group. You can use that in multiple ways, like we just mentioned a little bit ago. And it also includes lots of techie tutorials on things that you may or may not be familiar with. It includes the whole group of hosts that are there to help each other whenever you have questions, that need answers. And then it also includes participation in the Craft on the Clock TV streaming channel at some point as well. Okay. If you are a Craft 30 host, will you have to apply for the Roku channel? No, you do not have to apply for that. You will. If you are interested and you are already in the Hosting Club, you will have the opportunity to be a part of the channel. Okay. what we are doing, like I said, we are rolling this out in groups to host. And so it will be sort of like on a revolving system is the way we're appearing for it to be in the beginning anyway. But after that, if you have all of the video components and camera presence and things like that, you are good to go to be available on the TV channel app. Okay. But it is a lot different from just, regular Facebook Lives, but we talk about that in the group and we explain that, show you exactly what kinds of videos we're looking for. And as the channel becomes live next week, you'll be able to watch it and even get even more of a good idea of the things that we're looking for. But yes, that's all included. Let's see here. Okay. Can we start going live in the group first until they're open? Oh, yes, absolutely. As soon as you become a hosting club member, you are right away allowed to use the Craft on the Clock group. So here's how the group works. I need to touch on this because we kind of got gung-ho on the channel and kind of got sidetracked on the group. So the group, I'm not sure most of you probably are in the group, the Craft on the Clock group already. You see that we have like a daily schedule Monday through Friday. And those are what we call your Craft 30 host time slots. And so you sign up for a designated time slot that you want to go live in the group. And then you are shared into the group and things like that. Most of you are probably already familiar with how that works. And that is your designated time segment for that group. No one else is allowed to post or share into the group during those scheduled times during the group. We do those Monday through Friday at different times. And sometimes we rotate the schedule a little bit on those days because sometimes during different parts of the year, our group can be more active on Wednesdays versus Mondays and Fridays, or, things like that. So we really study those analytics behind the scenes to see what times are best to reach our audience. But right now, the replay action that a lot of our hosts are getting in the group is amazing. So even if you go live on your own page and it's not like your designated time slot to be a Craft 30 hostess, you can still share your other lives into the group. What they do is you share it into the group and it goes into an approval folder on the back end and it waits for me to approve it. So what happens is let's say right now, Debbie is scheduled to be live in our group. She is live in our group right now for the next 30 minutes, let's say. But let's say Kristen did a live an hour ago. She's finished, but she's wanting to share it into the group. She can go ahead and share it into the group and it will be sitting there and waiting for me to approve it. So once our schedule is done for the day, like after our last live presenter is scheduled, then I go to that folder and I say, oh, well, Debbie, Sarah, and Melissa all have things that they're wanting to share. And I approve them little by little. I trickle them into the group so that we have a nice even flow, a nice consistent flow of content that is delivered into the group over time, so that we don't have people sharing in at multiple times, so that we don't have people overstepping, hosts that are scheduled to go live during that time. So we kind of keep it organized in that sense on the back end of things. And so that what that also does is it also helps our group members, like just our audience, it helps them to be able to find the people that are actually live at their designated times. So how many times do you go to a group and you're thinking, okay, well, they shared a live here, but I can't find it. But you know how groups operate. Sometimes you don't always see the most recent content or the newest content at the top, right? Sometimes it's funky, organized, funky. The feed is a little different. So sometimes you have to scroll down through several posts to find who's actually live if you do that. So what we do is right. if Debbie is scheduled to be live right now, she's live, we pin her and we mark her as in our announcement section. And so that automatically puts her live video at the very top of the group feed. And then we pin it so that it stays at the very top of the group feed. So that if we have audience members that's coming to the group, they're like, oh, it's 3:00. I know Miss Debbie's supposed to be live in the group today. I'm going to go check out the group right now. So they go to the group, right? they get to the group and they say, oh, there she is. She's right there, smack dab at the top. There's Miss Debbie. I can find her and watch her, right? Well, then when Miss Debbie's video is over, if no one else is following her, they can, thumb down through the feed of the group and see who's, already gone live today, who has shared photos today, and that kind of thing. So it has taken a little bit of training. It's taken us a little bit to try to train and teach our group members, and it will really always be a group effort to train our group members how to use this group. But we try to make it super user friendly. And once they catch on, you have them asking for it. They know now that they receive at Monday through Friday, they know that they're getting a daily schedule every morning around 6:30 or 6:45 a.m. every morning. They know to look for it. They know that they can sign up for it on the Telegram if they want it sent straight to their phones. They know that, so-and-so and so-and-so is part of our group, and they can find them anytime they want by going to the Craft on the Clock group. But what's another benefit of sharing your content from your business page into the group? If you do it properly, the group members can follow your business pages with very little effort. They can discover you and follow you with very little effort. And so that's one of the bonuses of, being able to use this group in such a way that it really allows people, your audience, followers, your fans, to find and discover you in a much easier way than if you're just, on your business page. A lot of times our content is suppressed. And so it's just another added avenue to help boost your visibility, your discoverability out there. And we teach you ways to help sort of like beat the algorithm in ways. We share tips and tricks on that. We share tips and tricks on, using stories and using Pinterest and using other social platforms to help grow your audience as well. So like I said, though, it is not a coaching group. I do not claim to be a coach in any sense of form or fashion. But I do have an education degree. Although I'm not teaching in a classroom, at capacity, I do homeschool, my kids here at home, and I have 3 kids of my own. I've had a well-established Etsy and Amazon handmade shop online. Our Etsy shop was very successful. We designed and sold graphic design and stationery and things like that. It was a 7-figure business, not 6-figure business. And I'm not saying that to boast that out there, but I am telling you that I do know how to be resourceful and find things and help you find ways to boost your visibility. So we just throw out lots of information. If it's out there and you want to know how to do it, if I don't know how to give you an answer, someone else in the group can, or we will point you in a direction to help you. So I hope that I've answered lots of your questions. I hope that I've given you an understanding. I know sometimes it can be confusing if you're not on the back end of things and a part of the club already. It can kind of be confusing on how all of those 3 groups and components of the hosting club, the Craft on the Clock group, and the TV channel are all kind of working together in conjunction with each other and how they kind of mesh and operate. Let's see. Amy says, my Craft 30 hosting club is pending. I'm in the Craft on the Clock. Okay. The hosting club group page, you've requested to join the hosting club group, but it has not been approved. So it's still pending. We don't allow anyone into the hosting club group unless you've been, now if you've been selected in your membership, if you've secured your monthly membership fee. Okay. So that's why it's still pending for you, Amy. Okay. Do we need to be a part of the coaching club as well? Okay. It's not a coaching club. The hosting club is what you have to be a part of in order to use the Craft on the Clock group and the Craft on the Clock channel. If you're not a host, then you'd have no use to those 2 other elements. Okay. So that hosting club is that's the prerequisite in order to reach those other 2 components. So you see what I'm saying? So yeah, you have to be a part of the hosting club in order to be able to use the Craft on the Clock group and to be able to be broadcast on the channel. So the first step is to fill out the application and become a host or hostess. Yes. Then you can post into the group. Exactly, Kim. The first step is to fill out the application. Second step is when you are notified to accept it. And then third is when you join us in the hosting club group. And then that's when all of the other doors open up for you. Okay. I used to have a shop. Oh, interesting. Interesting, Kristen. That sounds neat. Okay. My comments just scrolled back up to the very beginning. Oh my goodness. I just want to make sure before we sign off here that I don't miss any other questions that I probably have forgotten. Okay, and maybe not. Maybe that's why it keeps scrolling me back up to the top here. Any other questions before? Okay, yes. I think that's the bottom of the messages. I hope if I have missed your question, please let me know. Okay, and we had a few that are waiting to get in, so they may be joining us late. So go back and watch the beginning and watch the replay. If think about it for a little bit. Are there some other questions that maybe I didn't answer for you today? Are there other questions that you think of after we get off here? And you know how it is when you think about things, for a while. Usually I have to sleep on it for a night and think. Usually I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I need to ask that. Or what about this? There's no question that's too little or too small to ask. Okay. So I definitely want, I'm always here to ask and answer your questions for you. I'm always happy to help. And hopefully, all of the host members will tell you that I allow myself to be very accessible. I do try in every way possible to take the weekends for family and personal time, because that's important. We don't want to get overwhelmed and burn out on this. And it's super easy to do. It can be easy, but you have to know those boundaries. You have to know yourself and not allow that to happen. Okay. So we do try to take the weekends off. The group is still active over the course of the weekends for like unscheduled lives, and we're share things into the group spontaneously and things like that. But as far as like responding to like messages, unless we're hosting a marathon weekends can be busy, which we will have one of those coming up soon, September. But yeah, things can get busy when there is an event. Tracy have had a lot of Facebook tech issues like everyone else. Yes, about a month ago, a lot of us, like the majority of us, were experiencing Facebook techie issues. And that's really what prompted this whole like detour and kind of what helped us develop the whole idea behind the streaming channel is because we can't rely on Facebook to help to determine our success, right? And it's easy to do. It's easy to get comfortable in the shoes you're wearing, so to speak. It's easy to just kind of get stuck in a groove and say, well, Facebook's not helping me, or this is so frustrating, I can't do anything. Well, by example, I'm hoping to show you that there are things that you can do outside of Facebook and help. We have to help give each other the tools that we need to expand beyond Facebook. Facebook can sometimes be a crutch for us. If we're relying on Facebook to help us make every step of our journey, as a creative business, or, even if you don't have a business, if this is just solely a hobby, if you're just hoping to spread joy, to others, by all means, we want to give you more people to spread joy to, other than just what Facebook says, they're going to allow you to see. Right. So we're really just, pushing the visibility out there, letting, I saw a quote, a statistic the other day, that they are quoting over 100 million active users on Roku alone within the next 4 years. 100 million. So, and who knows, that stat could be like underestimated at this point. But I don't see that audience going anywhere. I think it's only going to continue to grow. Streaming TV is the next big thing right now. It really is. And if you are asking, the Roku TV channel app is free. It's free right now. And we're hoping that it is hugely successful, and it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to marketing and growing a Roku channel. It will be a whole new audience that we are hoping to reach that we have not been able to reach before. And so we're excited about that aspect as well.
I can add it on here, and then you
yes, we've all been having those in Facebook. So things have kind of seemed to calm down and sort of mellowed back out. Although view counts are really down, and we're not sure if those view counts are skewed or if it's Facebook's way of suppressing and wanting more paid content, which it could be both, to be honest. But truly, I think we won't ever know. We won't ever know. So what we just do is we are totally flexible. We roll with the flow. We continue to do what we know to do, what we've been taught to do. And we just help, ask for help from our viewers, and we push our limits. We push ourselves outside of the box, and we try new things. So that's really what we're doing with this channel app. And we have lots of eyes on us right now. And so while that is super exciting, it's also scary and nerve-wracking at the same time. But I don't know. I can only see it going up, honestly. And if it doesn't work out, I'm super honest, open, and transparent. The ladies in the group will all tell you that, hey, I tell you like it is. I'm super easy to get along with. I'm totally flexible, and I hope that all of them would agree that I'm super positive, uplifting, and I know that we all have lives outside of crafting. We all are moms, we're all daughters, or we're all wives, or we're all significant others of some sort. Okay. And I'm super understanding of that. And so we just give each other grace, and we just enjoy each other's wins as much as we enjoy our own over there in the group. So I'm not seeing any other comments, so I won't keep you all any longer. I have enjoyed the time here, getting to see your faces with your names today, most of you. And for those of you that I'm not seeing your faces, I see your names, and I so appreciate each and every one of you being here today. Please, please, please reach out to me if you have any questions. And I will be sending the link for the application here in just a moment. There is one question at the end of the application that I need to add, and it will take me just like 5 minutes before I send it. But I want you to be sure to include a link to a live video that you feel like, that you would like for me to see, that would help me get to know your personality. We are not worried about viewer numbers. I'm not going to look at a video and say, well, this video only has 46 views. We don't want her or him. No, we're not like that. No judgment zone. Like I said, we just want to get to know you. We want to get to know your style, your personality, and truly just how you interact with your audience. We just need to get to know you in order to make sure that you are a great fit for our group. So that's really all that link. I will ask you for a link to maybe one of the live videos that you've done on your page. Just put the direct link to that live video in that question, and that's all you'll need on that one. So I hope that you all have gained an insight. I hope I've been able to give you some great behind the scenes information on how things are rolling and how things work and how they kind of roll behind the scenes. But some days are crazy. I'm not gonna lie, there's some days when the glitches get the best of us. We're like, whoo, we just need to throw our hands up and say, take me away. But we have very few of those days, and we have learned to laugh about it and just roll with it. And as we do that, we're so much more open to like new ideas. But if we let Facebook get the best of us, we can get down in the dumps. We can get depressed, and we can think, I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I spending my time doing this and that kind of thing? But we know that there's so much more out there that has yet to be discovered. And we're just so excited with what's to come. So hopefully we have shared some of that excitement with you today. And we have 80 other amazing individuals in the hosting club group that would love to join, for you to join us and become our new hostess sister or brother. And you all just reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm so excited to get to know each and every one of you. Okay.
Thank you so much for everything that you do.
No video for you, Kim. You were eating your lunch. That's totally okay. All right. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you for.
Thank you very much, Tracy.
I will talk to you all soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.